Although, if you stole this, then let's pause for a moment to think about what you've done. If you enjoy the kind of program that you're about to experience once I eventually stop talking, we thought you might be interested to know that numerous other British programs are available to you on the US cable network BBC America. Britain produces dramas like Puerto Rico produces short stories. When you take a class-ridden society with no ability to address its emotions and let it simmer for 1,000 years, you frankly have the perfect recipe for drama. British comedies have struck a chord with American viewers for decades. At the very least, you seem to find our accent absolutely hilarious. It makes me proud to be British.
This is YM, and today we're talking about odd movies. So this episode is about odd videos. Now, I watch odd videos. Okay, I watch videos close to like a ripoff of movies. Well, it's pretty good, and there's also been remake movies I've seen over the years. But I mean, movies are good. Just not much. Just started. Today we're going to talk about odd movies. Okay, now some of the movies we're going to talk about. Okay, the company that made them no longer exists. Now, what I mean by odd movies is ones that maybe never heard of or maybe never seen. Now, I have a few odd movies I've seen over the years. Like earlier, I was talking about Route 666. Seen that movie, own it. He's got it back after I found out I misplaced it when I moved. Fireball. Now, that movie is kind of sciencey. Tells you the reason why not to take steroids. Okay, then there's some other movies too that I would like to talk about. There's also quite a few. Absolute Zero. That one's kind of different. It's kind of that, and then there's Jaws. Now, there's a ripoff. I mean, the ripoff of Jaws. There's I heard someone told me there's 20 different ripoffs of Jaws. Well, I seen Jaws 1 and 2. Okay, but first, before I saw those two movies, I saw the movie Car. The Car. And then there's also another ripoff. Okay, now you see here. There's a ripoff. Okay, now you see here. Let's see here. There's a few ripoff movies. Like, for example, there's a ripoff of Day After Tomorrow, which is Absolute Zero. A ripoff of Maximum Overdrive called Trucks. And there's like a gazillion ripoffs of Jaws. The version I seen before I saw the movie The Car, which was made in 1977. It was a early 70s custom Lincoln. And the thing is, though, we do some pretty weird stuff. Okay, I mean, they did some pretty weird stuff. Now, Absolute Zero is kind of the opposite of Day After Tomorrow. From the equator to the 30 equator line, what do they call that line? Not trying to be rude. I'm not real good with launch. What are the 30 longitude? Yeah, longitude or latitude. From the equator to the 30 longitude or latitude line, I don't know which one it was. The one that goes around like the rings was getting reversed, which was confusing. But there's a few movies that I've seen. I haven't seen that movie. But like I said, there's a gazillion movies that are ripoffs. Like me, I like watching weird stuff. I mean, I seen Route 666. It's a good movie. I also seen, like I said, I own Maximum Overdrive. I seen the movie Trucks. Someone told me it was based off of the remake of Maximum Overdrive. Maximum Overdrive's all right. Stephen King directed that one, and the first movie he ever directed. I mean, he actually made part of the book The Mist. He made the book The Mist. I actually had read the book, and they screwed up in the movie towards the end. Like I said, I mean, there's a gazillion different things that have happened over the years. The thing is, though, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, there was a movie called The Italian Job. I mean, they made one back in the late 60s. Seen it, liked it, then sell the new one. And if I was gonna make a movie, I'd change it around a little bit. Okay, but that doesn't matter. And also the new Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory movie came out. Charlie Chocolate Factory. I mean, if I could make my own movies, some of these movies I like, if I could remake them, I would make them a way that looked proper. Because if you've seen Charlie Chocolate Factory, you know what I mean. It's not right, okay? I'm not kidding. It's not right. The one that Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory is better anyways. The original was better for one reason. One, it had a house that the family actually live in. The new one, you can't live in at all. I mean, that's a good movie. I mean, there's a gazillion different movies that have been remade. I mean, this is not a ripoff episode because I thought this would be proper for ripoff. But I mean, it's just that over the years there's been weird movies that don't really sell, like Mulan 2. Ever heard of that movie? But you didn't, because that movie was rare. I mean, that movie went straight to DVD. It wasn't in theaters, which was odd. I mean, a couple of movies you see these days, you see them straight on DVD, you never seen them on the movie. I mean, there's a couple of movies that I have seen that I don't like. I mean, like, for example, I've seen The Blob from 1958. That was a good one. I saw the one from 1988. It was pretty good because they had a bomb in it. Digimon, Magic School Bus. That's a couple of them. But, I mean, I'm from the 90s, so you gotta think here. I know stuff. Woody Woodpecker was part of, Woody Woodpecker. I mean, we're talking about Fox Kids here, okay? Fox Kids. They always were good shows until, in Transformers. I watched Transformers until the Fox box got taken away. I mean, you think of it, I watched quite a few cartoons in my day. I mean, Digimon. I was actually into Digimon. Actually, I was never into the WB. Okay, WB always had. To my knowledge, WB always had Pokemon until Cartoon Network took it. Then Disney XD thing has it now. The thing is, though, we talk a lot about. We also talk a lot about more anime than we're supposed to on this channel. But that's what happened. The first three. Our first official episode started yesterday, actually, which was weird. Our first series television, our first actual subject about television talk started that, and we do some weird things. Yeah, Fox Kids practically. Yeah, but I'll tell you something real quick in a second. Where'd that thing go? Did it thing fall in the trash or did it roll? Guys, a little bit later. The thing you need to know is, though, technically, Simpsons is on the West Coast, Family Guy is on the East Coast. Okay? Just leave it at that. But the thing is, though, Family Guy actually did something that many TV shows haven't did before. Now, Simpsons has been around for 30 years. Fox has been around for a little over 30 years now, and according to my records, there's like one show that Fox started with is still on the air today. One show. Which Fox owns the right to it, but still, it's on the air still. Yes, here. It was on Fox until 2012. Then it was on the Spike Network. Now it's on the Paramount Network. It's still on the air. What is it? The answer is Cops. That came out in 1987. It's still in the air today. Actually, I did some digging. I actually found the first season of Cops. The very first episode of Cops. And that was pretty interesting to see it. The thing was, though, it was in slices. Okay, it was in slices. But it's pretty funny, though, because you get to see them drive the old... it's the 80s, but, you get to see them drive the old Dodge Diplomat police cars, which I actually have a Dodge Diplomat police car. It's kind of for a highway patrol, but... I talked to a friend of mine who actually drove one of those. He told me those... I talked to a friend of mine who actually drove one of those things. He told me that thing handled like a dream. Now, I talked to a buddy of mine who actually got a chance to... I actually talked to a friend of mine who actually got to drive one of those, a cop friend of mine. He told me that thing handled like a dream. He wished he was still driving it. He said it handled a lot better than the Crown Vic, which he said at the time, in the late 80s, it was that or a Capri. He told me that the department that since he works for the department, he said we did have a Capri in early 90s. Early 90s. He told me that they crashed into something. They wouldn't tell me what they crashed into, but they had that car for almost 10 years, which you're supposed to get rid of the car after some odd years, but some places keep their cars for longer than they need to. There's some towns that keep their cars for 20 years. There's one car that I know of, the place where I used to work for, they still had a car, still had rotary lights. And the thing is, though, the police department signed a contract with a company in Chicago to get rid of their Crown Vics. But just say that we still have maybe two Crown Vics left. To my knowledge, we still have one Crown Vic. I have seen the Chief's baby. He didn't want no one to know about it, but Chief kept his Crown Victoria. The thing is, though, I think Family Guy will work because Family Guy canned twice, and then they came back on the air. I mean, there's some things that should have stayed off the air. Like, there's a couple movies, there's a couple shows I know that should stay off the air. I mean, there's a couple shows I watched that are weird. I mean, there's that new movie. Some movies came out that are based off cartoons. The cartoon was better than the movie. I'll tell you that right off the bat. And Bruce Leyland. Well, I mean, according to what I heard about The Simpsons, that can stay on until the year 2080. Okay, but either way, I did hear from a friend. Okay, what's some people got? Okay, I do know that Matt Groening did something that Marge didn't like. Okay, in the opening, you see Matt Groening sign his name. When Marge wipes it up, you see Matt Groening writes his name on there. Now, Matt Groening wanted to be in one of the episodes, which I don't know if he did. We got two. Huh? Man, I'm watching Ice Road Trucker. Yeah, I like Ice Road Truckers. Truckers are awesome. The thing is, though, that stuff's dangerous. I mean, the Dalton Highway in Alaska. I mean, the Dalton, some rental companies, you go to Alaska, like Fairbanks, Alaska, and rent a car. Guess what? You won't be able to go in Dalton. I'm just telling you. There's a person went to the Dalton Highway, went to go in the Dalton. There's a sign. I mean, when he signed the contract, the rental company, no whatsoever, get on the Dalton Highway. Your insurance plan does not cover this. Well, he got on the Dalton, but he didn't drive actually on the Dalton. He did one thing only. He went to the sign that says entering Dalton Highway. He walked to the side of the road, touched the sign, reversed his car, and drove back into town. They said if he's on the Dalton Highway, he wasn't on the Dalton. He was next to the sign. He was next to the sign. He walked up to the sign. He pulled the truck he had over on the side of the road, turned his flashers on, walked to the sign, touched it, turned around, went back into town so he wouldn't get yelled in trouble. But he actually could say he'd been on the Dalton Highway, which that's pretty neat. Thing is, though, those people are weird. I'm just telling you, they're weird. The thing is, though, up in Alaska, internet is very, very expensive, and cell service up there, I heard, sucks. Well, yeah, I mean, Ice Truckers are nice. I mean, I watch it all the time. I mean, half the time, if I'm not doing this or not doing nothing else, I'm watching the Ice Truckers. I mean, I watched an episode a couple hours ago because it's a good show. I mean, you gotta think, something. What that means, I don't know. But like I said, yeah, I watch stuff too. I mean, I watch weird stuff as well. I mean, because I'm a nut. But yeah, thank you though. Lisa Kelly. Okay, every country has some weird stuff. I mean, like here in Michigan, we got isolated Alaska. I mean, there's some roads in Alaska, like some state highways, that suck. I mean, like there's one road I know of in it goes through my city here, and Michigan M60. During wintertime, it sucks. Main Street is. I have neither. I don't use Hulu. I don't use Netflix. I go on demand and get it. I have what do they call it? I have Xler. My company is Xler. I use Xler. Xflea. I have Xflea or something. What the heck is linking? Help with that battery. Oh crap. Yeah, that's something else. Never. It's not important. I don't use neither. Hulu. 30% of Hulu is property of Fox. 30% of Hulu is part of Disney. So now Disney owns 60% of Hulu. Actually, that's true. But no, I don't use Hulu or Netflix. I don't use neither. I usually buy it or go on demand and get it off demand off my cable company. But yeah, right. How is it? Good, real good here. I mean, the thing is, I had satellite. It's all right. Just when it snows, it's terrible here because then you have to get it out, go into the heart, and dust it off. I mean, I have Xfinity Comcast. It's good. It's pretty good. As long as you have power, you got TV. I mean, satellite's all right. Just that when it storms, you lose it. The thing is though, when we had the dish, okay, now people say it's in the roof. Well, we didn't put it on our roof because we know where the attic was when we bought the house. I mean, the guy put the dish in the house. He was happy to do it. He was real happy to find out that I wanted it in the yard. He was real happy that I did that for him because it was easier on him, and he hated going up on a ladder. But I told him, hey, if you don't want to go on the ladder, told him put it in the yard. He put it right next to the old dish we had, and he checked it and said that this old dish is bad. So, yeah, that dish worked out great. The only thing that sucked is I had to go outside, walk in the snow, dust up the dish. But that's all I actually really do. And the dish, I prefer cable. Cable's easier. But I did ask him stuff about the dish. He told me that the dish wouldn't break until it hit negative 40 or colder. But the dish would never break. And he said the dish has to be over 1,000 degrees to melt. Okay, and but Xfinity Comcast is pretty good. You get dust storms where we get everything around here. My service is good. The only thing I use if you can see me good like you are, that's because of the service I'm using. Because I actually live on the edge of town, actually, and where I live is kind of confusing. Okay, my city, where I live is confusing. Okay, half of properties in the city, there half of properties in a township, which is confusing. But I don't use neither. I use YouTube or use something else, but I never use Netflix. I use Netflix is just too confusing. Because it's confusing. Comcast is getting. Comcast hates Netflix. I'm just telling you right at the bat. Comcast doesn't like Netflix. Like I said, I do what I can do. Service is pretty good here. Yeah, I tried Netflix. Okay, I tried it. They didn't have a video. I was looking for a video on Netflix. They didn't have it. My friend was trying to tell me to look for one of his videos for him. We couldn't find what I wanted to watch. Okay, I use something else called Showbox. My mom uses it more than I do. You can watch stuff on it for free without commercials. But I'm a little nervous using Showbox because I don't know how to get it. My uncle got it for my mother, so I don't know how to get it. But Netflix didn't have something I wanted to watch. But that's my opinion. Okay, Netflix does run a little slow around here, so that's why I don't use it. But it counts on what you like watching. If you like watching Netflix, watch it. I watch some weird stuff. Most stuff I watch is already on DVD or cassette tape. I do some weird stuff. Okay, I still watch weird stuff on the internet that doesn't even exist anymore. Like there's this guy who invented Jackass before Chuck Norris invented it. This guy is a Canadian version of Jackass. He did it before Chuck Norris even invented Jackass. Johnny Knoxville, but Jackass. He's gonna be 10 years prior before he made it. How to take off your pool cover. Now this guy's hilarious because he's from Canada and he's a nut. Now, but I do some weird stuff over the years. Okay, this channel's been around for a year now, and before we even did the channel, I did some weird junk. Okay, I did some weird stuff when I was younger, and some of the stuff I did was hilarious. I wish YouTube was around 20 years earlier to watch me be a jerk, but I'm just kind of glad it wasn't around yet. Because if it was, I wouldn't be laughing much longer. One time I was playing tag against some people, and I tripped over a brick or a microwave oven and broke my wrist from playing tag. And boy, was that painful. Couldn't write for 6 months or 16 weeks. I don't forget, but I was 15-year-old and I broke a part of my body. But I'm nuts. And some of the stuff I do is crazy. But yesterday's storms, yes, there was a tornado. I think it was detected outside of Newburgh Township, Michigan, which is part of the Jones, Michigan area. It's on M6. Okay. Jones is where M60 and M40 meet. That's where Jones is. Jones is a nice little piece of property. Jones is practically a bar, a post office, a gas station, a fire department. It says Newburgh on it, and a MDOT garage. That's where it's all there. But like I said, it's a nice place to go to. But like I said, anything that is nice about Jones is nice is because Jones also has a motor. It's weird. There's also a racetrack part of the Jones area. It's somewhere in M40. There's also a raceway in Montville, Michigan, which is also in my county actually. And I actually had a friend. Actually, have a teacher that used to race there in the '80s. No, I'm not kidding. She used to race there in the '80s. But I mean, well, is that weird or what? I mean, I have this teacher still actually owns her race. Actually, has 2 of her race cars still. And I said, "Can you still fit her?" I said, "I'm not going to get in that thing, Can. It's not legal." She still says she still gets the helmet. But I told her, "You might want to get a new fire suit." Why? I don't think that's legal. We must have laughed in there today, and that'd be funny though. But okay, but I mean, some of the stuff I do over the years, I know is nuts. Okay, I mean, I've been on the 40. I mean, I've been on the Lincoln Highway, which I'll be talking about in a future video. I've been on the 66 in Chicago, which is also in a future episode. But Newburgh's 12, so is Jones. Huh. But the thing is, though, I mean, there's a gazillion things you can think of right now that are fun. I mean, I do this for fun. I mean, the thing is, though, I know that I don't have no clue what I'm talking about half the time, but still, I think I do pretty good. Wait a minute. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so then I had to reread something over again.
Call from 5173187.
I don't know who that is. The one talk to me, they can leave a freaking message. Well, I'm gonna have to go. Ooh, I'm gonna get off the air at 7:50 Eastern time. I'm gonna get off the air and get ready to watch the 8 o'clock TV show. Watch one of my shows tonight. So, thanks, and I'm going off. So, thank you for watching today's live stream.